What up, gang? Listen, I just want to share something real quick here that I think will add some value. You know, to people in all walks of life, but obviously my primary walk is outside of my family and my relationship with God, is chiropractic, this chiropractic space that I'm in. And I get a lot of doctors who reach out to me for advice, for help. And one of the biggest topics right now is these students coming out of school, and I emphasize the word student, that are coming out of school and for the moment don't want to open their own practice. They want to become what's known as an associate doctor. And me personally, I don't like the term associate. It, for me, just kind of stimulates a negative connotation in my brain that, you never want to work under someone, or I don't. You don't want to work for someone. You know, if you're a young stud or studette, you don't want to be answering to the boss. But also, here's the deal. We all need mentors. We all need to be shown a way. And we all need to develop and learn as students. And there's different levels as students. And if we use the model of college, you've got your freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year. Then you can go on and get a master's. You can go on and get a doctorate. Because you have a doctorate doesn't mean you're a master. You never stop learning. I've learned more about myself, most importantly, in the past year, which has helped me become a better human, a better doctor, which has helped. And I've sought out multiple people for advice and help and conversations, and I've learned how to ask better questions. Instead of just reading a book and writing goals, I'd rather sit across a table from someone and ask questions. But I've learned a lot through trial and error. Now, I'm getting a lot of calls recently for young doctors coming out of school, and they want to be making $100,000 a year working as an associate. And it's this sense of entitlement that's taking over that, well, I'm a doctor, I went to school, and I'm entitled to make this money. Well, if that's the case, go open your own practice immediately. Invest about $100,000 to get in the practice, or less. You can find low overhead for sure. You know, I see a lot of these guys opening up and they're not even using the word chiropractic in their the name of their practice, which is weak as shit, I'll tell you, because you want to brand yourself in a different way to try to attract people in, to rope them into a wellness paradigm instead of being damn proud to be a freaking chiropractor. So you're weak, first off. And second off, you're becoming selfish because you're forgetting where you came from with this great profession that freaking people went to jail for, to give us this freedom to take care of people. But the better question that we need to start asking ourselves is, how can I learn more and serve more? How can I go into a space of someone who's got years of knowledge and serve with them to learn about myself, to learn about who I am in this walk of life within chiropractic? How can I learn about business? Because you're not learning business right now in school. You know, the biggest question I get from people is, what do I charge people? Well, if you don't have that answer halfway through school and how to answer it, you better start working on it. You better start working on your communication skills and what's the value of what we do. And how do I take care of families? How do I take care of more people? Because if this philosophy is so big, every family in your area should have the access to you to get care, to live clear. So they have the ability to wake up with a clear atlas. And we're not relying on single visit, high average offices to take care of mom first, and then when she's done, take care of dad. And you can brag about how much your patient visit average is, rather than how many families you have under care, paying a good price, a fair price, a fair fee that they could get regular lifetime chiropractic care that's going to enhance their well-being, state of mind, keep them clear, wake them up to their passion, purpose in life so that they could be free. And how are we going to educate people to do that? And how are we going to communicate that and coach them on a day-in, day-out basis? And the biggest thing I tell my docs when they start coming in and either shadowing and working is I listen to the conversations that we're having. You're not going to learn it in a book. But listen to when a patient asks a question, or a patient's having a tough day, or a patient's having a great day, or they're in their 18th year of coming to the office and getting checked. What are they moving like? What's their energy like? And how are we communicating with them? And if you could go work in a space with the mindset of learning how to serve on a higher level, to learn from hands-on experience, to listen to someone who's been doing it for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and just listen to them innately, you can't put a price tag on that. And I feel these docs should be fairly compensated so they can make a great living, and maybe have a bonus system set up so they learn how to go out and get new patients and communicate, and they're given a chance to fail. I love to see new docs in our office fail, because I know they're safe. They're in a safe space. They're not going to get hurt. I don't receive it as I'm getting hurt or I'm losing a patient, but it's giving them a safe space to fail so they can learn how to do it the right way, to get knocked down and get back up. So when it's their time to break off and go out and serve people wherever it wants to be. And listen, don't go and I want to do a practice in Austin, Texas, because they got great coffee shops and it's going to be an easy life and I want to be a permanent vacation. I call bullshit on that too. Go to where people need to be served, but better yet, where's your family and kids want to live, and just go build the practice. And if you're a single guy, that makes it tough for you, or a single girl, because it comes down to where you want to raise your family. When I started my practice, it was like, where's my wife going to feel most comfortable that I know someday I want 5 kids and we have support? Because I'll make it anywhere. I'll make it happen anywhere. You could put me in freaking Alaska and I'm going to take care of people, because my number one mission was not how much money I'm making or how much money I'm making my first year, or I want to go work for somebody and make $100,000 my first year of practice. No. My number one question is, how can I serve more people this principle? How can I take care of people? How can I get my hands on people and not hurt them? How can I become a master at the adjustment, a master at detecting and correction subluxation? And how do I surround myself with people that are going to teach me that? Back in the day, there was none of this sexy Instagram and Facebook Lives, and you put on your best freaking tight jeans and no, you had to earn it. You had to become somebody before you were somebody. You had to get the results, which was serving people. If you weren't seeing volume, no one really wanted to talk to you, because how good were you? Am I going to go to a financial advisor that's broke, that's renting an apartment because he's got no money, his wife left him because he's an alcoholic, and I'm going to sit there and talk to him about my financial future? And that's the other thing. You're going to take advice from somebody, and you're going to sit there and follow them on Instagram, and they look awesome, and at the end of every Instagram or any video they do, they've got a sale. Click below. I'm going to sell you this. Or come to my webinar. These Zoom webinars are huge now. What I would implore you to do, show up at their office. Show up unannounced. And see how they walk in this walk. And if they're crushing it, and they're doing it, and they're serving people, and it's the style that you want in your life, then that's the person that you want to bring on your team to learn from them. Show up at their house. Go hang out with them. Go out to dinner with them. Hang out with their kids if they have any. Check out their relationship with their spouse, their husband and wife, and say, if I do what they're doing, 20 years from now, do I want my life to look like this? Are these the results I want? Because people aren't going to share incongruencies. They're not going to drive in a freaking Jeep looking like shit like I am right now and just be honest with you. My only intention for doing this, one, my innate told me to do it. My gut said, I was fired up after my workout this morning. I got 3 unannounced phone calls from people that need help. Was how can we add more value to each other? And for you guys out there and girls that want to learn and grow, look, don't look for the free ride. Don't show up to an interview and start telling these guys what you expect to make. And most of you don't even know how to adjust. You've maybe had your hands on only 100 spines, 200 spines. Maybe you crushed it in school and you saw 1,000 spines. It's the tip of the iceberg, man. You need, 20,000 hours on spines to start realizing how different every spine is and how to nurture that space and how to take care of it and find your expression of technique that you want to use in this art of chiropractic. And are you going to lead with your heart and your head? Are you going to be a programmed robot, a doctor that they come into, that you're telling them what to do day 1, day 2, day 3? Or are you going to connect with them and build a relationship? Are you going to open a space coming through your sternum of trust, reliability, and honesty, realizing 1, you're not perfect, 2, you're not healing a damn thing, and 3, we're a conduit for these people's lives to change and for their lives to open up. And they have a safe space to come into your office. And I would say out of the hundreds of people we saw yesterday, about 30 of them came in crying, but they walked out with a smile on their face. But they had a safe space to know they could come into a place of love, to connect and get clear, so that they go out in the world and wake their ass up and have an amazing day today. And that's our primary mission, guys. And for you guys getting out of school, if you want to be a proverbial associate, I like to think of yourself as more as an intern. The medical profession, they bring you in on a rotation, an internship, and they grill you. They grill you. You don't sleep. They treat you like a damn dog. But now I know why. Now, leaders in our profession, don't treat these kids like dogs. Treat them with respect. Love them. And that's how we're going to change the tides of this profession and brand this profession as leaders of life and vitality, is by breeding and raising up awesome, loving, mission, powerful young chiropractors, men and women alike, that are on a mission to serve on a higher level, that are on a mission to get people clear, to keep them clear, to know when they're clear and when to leave them alone, when to give a hug, when to slap them in the face to wake their ass up, to get their head out of their ass so they change their state of mind, so that they can grab hold of hope again and never give up on themselves. Because when a patient quits, when they give up, they end up on that dark path of drugs and misery and depression and anxiety because we failed them as human beings. So the better question is, how can I learn to serve on a higher level? How can I learn to run a business based off serving the masses, this principle of chiropractic to change their life? Without expecting everything, but with the expectation that you have to actually earn it. You have to work. You have to put the time in. And not expecting a free ride. And maybe the first 6 to 12 months, you're just working your tail off to earn your way into the following 6 months of a year, where now you're making some change because you're adding value to that space. You're bringing in new patients. You're bringing in levels of education. You're bringing in an experience of an adjustment that can be trusted, that patient's not going to get hurt, but they're going to get revived and connected. And now your walk is different. Your posture's different. Your experience is different as a human being, as a young doctor, to say, you know what? Now I've got the knowledge to go out and open a principled practice serving families that I'm not going to have to turn and rely on freaking cold lasers and weight loss and vitamins and bullshit stuff that people have to sell in order to pay their bills, instead of owning the principle of pure, unadulterated chiropractic. The biggest form of mixing I would ever tell you to get into is real estate. But focus your energy on God, cleaning yourself up from within, cleaning out your backpack, surrounding yourself with principled men and women that are going to show you a walk in life that you can look at them and say, I want to be like that guy. I want to be like that girl 20 years from now. And you know what I see as that guy that people look up to? I want you to do it better than me. I want you to be better than me. I want to be able to have conversations with you that say, don't do these 5 things because I did that and it slowed me down. I want you there faster. I want you to crush it and do it better than I ever did and bigger. I want you to share your vision with me so it can open up my vision. That's why I love having these young kids around me, because they see things differently. And I learn. I don't have all the answers. I have an amazing life, but I want it to be more amazing. I want it to be cleaner. I want to sharpen it up, which is why I do what I do, and I want you to do it. So, you guys coming out of school, just chill out a little bit. Don't expect it right away, but expect to earn it. You're not going to have your student loans paid off in a year. It's going to take a little bit of time, but don't see that as a burden. It's the greatest investment you ever made. But just be careful who you rent the upstairs with. And understand, sometimes the person that's handing you the free ride and the biggest buck is because sometimes there's a little bit of incongruency involved, which is going to take you off your path. And that's going to hurt you down the road. So don't allow that. Do not allow that to happen to you. This thing, chiropractic, is so simple. It's so simple. So simple that people miss it. The path to health is so simple that people miss it. They're looking for the next hack, the next biohack, the next thing, and washing your ass with charcoal. If you just get a clear atlas and you get more clarity and your innate's connected, and you just start having more conversations with you, yourself, and your innate, and start actually listening and taking action steps, life becomes better. It becomes simpler. You start throwing shit out, you know? You watch the show Tidy Up, and she's cleaning out people's clutter, their closets. When we clean out the clutter of our brain, and we clean out the clutter of our brain stem, that's where our life tidies up. That's where you get connected from above down, inside out. That's where we get connected to our spirits. That's where our innate emanates every tissue cell of your body. And it's so simple. Anything in my life that's been created has been through faith in the great spirit that I call God, that I connect to every single day, and I'm grateful. I don't ask or pray for nothing. I'm just grateful to have the opportunity, and grateful to be forgiven for every mistake I make, because I make a lot of them, and grateful for the ability to learn from it, and now grateful for the wisdom to pass it on for the younger generation to do this thing, chiropractic, better than us, to put it on the map and not have to wait for 100 years to do it, but to do it now. People are walking in our office and they're seeing the wolf, and they're saying, I want to be a wolf. I'm tired of being a dog. This mission is being accomplished. They understand that to become a wolf, you must live clear. And to be clear means your brain stem's clear, you're selling organs and tissue, you're connected to your innate. You're not a slave to the pharmaceutical industry, to the doctors that are telling you what to do, when to do it, how to do it, but you're living free with this power that God granted every single one of us. But you must take the action step of laying on a table, right side up, left side up, get that atlas clear, and now just keep it that way for the rest of your life and commit to it. And for many, it's now cleaning out that backpack of emotions, that closet upstairs between your ears, and cleanse it. Cry it out, punch it out, to the point where there's not much left in there anymore and you're just peaceful. It's what waking up's all about, baby. That's the journey to the wolf. The red circle is not fully connected. Because in my mind, when that circle connects, the journey is over and the ultimate journey takes place, and that's when I meet my maker. And by the grace of God, he's there. And I know I'm just not dust in the wind. And I could have probably had a lot more fun being a sinner on this earth, but I chose not to because I chose the path of faith. So coming out of school and you're thinking about, I'm not ready to open a practice, don't pick the highest, greatest guru that's going to throw money at you and try to rope you into something. Just go and learn and grind it out and get in the trenches and listen to conversations and be able to make mistakes in a safe space. But surround yourself with people that you say, if I listen and I follow, I will end up with these results. People joke about you're not going to hire the fat personal trainer. Bring into your life the people that are going to raise you up and teach you and want more for you. The worst ego is the people that want to keep you beneath them, keep you under them, and want to stifle your growth so that they could use you. Don't be used. Be worked through and learn. And this goes for any walk in life. If you hold a job right now that's been holding you hostage because they told you you need to inject yourself or you need to do something, brother, sister, find a stream of business or something you could do that gives you emotional freedom and let go. Cut the umbilical cord of being comfortable because there's a benefit or you get insurance for the rest of your life, which tells me you're banking on just getting really sick someday and you want someone else to pay for it. They're not paying for it. You're paying for it now by choosing not to be free. Wake Up Humans is live with passion, live clear, live free. And it's time we start choosing our freaking freedom. But freedom doesn't come free, and you're never truly free because once you earn it, you got to hold on to it. You got to work it. You got to stroke it. You got to nurture it. And to maintain being clear, it's a day in, day out job. It's a weekly visit to your chiropractor. And when you do those things and you align it and the dog starts to shed and removes that leash that's been choked around his neck or her neck, and the wolf wakes up, you find your passion. Your freaking passion that your innate starts to talk to you and says, here's what you need to do, brother. Here's what you need to do, sister. Now go be free. And if you haven't listened to episode 154, what I want you to do is listen to it and let me know if it explains what I'm trying to get across to people well enough, or if I need to clarify it for people's minds to understand what it means to live clear and what it could mean for their life. And the more people we get doing this, what does it mean to the United States of freaking America? Woo! I love my freaking country. And then we filter this over to Canada and freaking all these other countries that need to be set free. And we could be the example and say, this way has not worked, people. And I'm not relying on the next president to set me free, but I'm going to set myself free. I'm going to set my family free. I'm going to set my friends free. And then we'll decide who we want to help us be freer, because that's our freaking power. I had fun doing this morning, and I'm glad I did it. And I ain't got shit to sell you. I'm not selling you a program right here. People want me to do more and more, and maybe we will. But for now, I'm just going to freaking listen to my innate and roll with it. And we got Dynamic Essentials coming up in April. And I hope every chiropractor that hears this shows up ready to shed the husks and actually take freaking massive action once and for all. And if you're not a chiropractor, come as my guest. DM me, and I will get you in there to listen to some of the biggest hearts in the world that are out there serving on a high level without expectation from the result. I love and appreciate you. There's not a damn thing you can do about it, but just love yourself more. God bless you.